All right. Um, so let's find a comfortable seated position, an easy seat. Let's just back up a little bit. Let me also, as a reminder, to always bring props with you. If you have blocks, if you have a strap, um, or if you don't have these props, you can always use a belt or you can use books. You don't necessarily have to have these yoga uh, materials. All right. So we're gonna start with a seated sun salutation. So we're gonna go on our knees. Let me show you. Ah, there you go. Oh, I think I got it. Okay. All right. All right. So you want to be on your knees, hero's pose. Also, if you don't have a yoga mat, that's totally okay. You don't need one. Just find a nice, comfortable spot in your room. There, all right. So let's begin. Sitting on hero's pose, which is having your bottom touch the heels of your feet. If this is very uncomfortable for you, you can always put something in between your legs to boost up a little bit your position so you're not putting a lot of pressure. Wait, let me just move it up a little bit. There you go. So you're not putting a lot of pressure onto your ankles or anything like here. Anyways, so we're going to start with a seated sun salutation. So we're going to inhale our arms to heart center. Bow down. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale, arms all the way up onto your knees. Beautiful. Exhale, down. Let's do it a few more times. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Beautiful. I'm going to move my block because now we're going to go into a child's pose. So you want to back up just a little bit, have that V shape with your legs. Make sure you're centering your torso in the center. And then just begin to extend both arms out in front of you, like so. Oh, that feels so good. Make sure you have your forehead onto the yoga mat. Now, if you want your child's pose to be more active, you can lift up your fingers like so, like this, once you're on the ground. Let's just do a few breaths here, in and out. Beautiful. One more. And exhaling. Awesome. We're going to slowly go into table, making sure your toes are tucked. As a reminder, tuck toes like this, not like this, tucked underneath you. And then we're going to slowly raise our hips into our first downward dog. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Into our downward dog. Make sure you're spreading your fingers out in front of you. And just begin to walk your dog. So just going back and forth. Again, your feet, they don't have to be touching the ground. If it's in your practice, go for it. If it's not, it's totally okay. And just begin to warm up your dog. Just walk your dog. Beautifully done. Also, as a reminder, Let's try not to put all our weight onto our wrists, which sometimes I have a habit of doing. So just being mindful of where you're directing all of that weight, that pressure. Have those hips up in the sky. Beautiful. Now going back into tabletop. Have your toes tucked. We're going to be doing cat and cow. So we're going to inhale, look up, show off that breast or chest of yours. And then exhale, untuck your toes, look at your belly to cat. Inhale up. Have your toes tucked in. Exhale, looking at your belly. Inhale up. Exhale. Just doing a few cat-cows just to warm up your body. Also, if this is like too much on your knees, feel free to get like a blanket or like a pad or something, or you can use your own mat if you have one. Beautifully done. And then we're going to begin to go sit back into our child's pose. Make sure our bottom is hitting the back of our feet, stretching your arms out like so. Beautiful. Again, if you want your child's pose to be active, fingers up like so. If not, you can have your fingers flat onto the ground. As a reminder too, once we do our flow, if you need a break, feel free to come back into a child's pose. All right, we're going to inhale our arms back up, kneeling upward into our salute like the way we started. And then exhale back down into our hero's pose. Beautiful. So that's our seated sun salutation. So we're gonna just find now a comfortable seated position. Okay, so let's go back. Now that we did our seated sun salutation, before we start doing our standing up sun salutations, let's just do a little bit of wrist movement. I always encourage just to do like a wrist exercise before going into a flow. I'm going to turn on the lights too because it's way too dark in my room. All right. Even though I love like the ambience of everything, but I figured you can see my face a little better. And then let me just pause the video first. Okay, so now that we're moving on to our sun salutations, so let me just, I'm gonna move back onto my mat, but you can start on the top of your mat. But like I said, I'm gonna move back so you can see me a little better. Like so. Let me just push the, there you go. Like that, I think it's a little better now. Awesome. All right, maybe all right, perfect. All right, so we're just gonna stand up nice and tall, have our arms on our side, very rooted, strong mountains. Beautifully done. We're gonna inhale our hands into prayer over our heart. We're gonna inhale and exhale. Inhale our arms all the way up to the sky. Beautifully done. And exhale, swan dive all the way down, down, down to the ground. Forward fold. Now, as a reminder, you can bend your knees a little bit. They don't have to be straight. It could be a little bend if you like. Into our forward fold. Beautifully done. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to place my hands. I'm going to go back on the top of my mat because you're there already, so you can just place your hands down. And just go into a low lunge. We're going to have our right knee between our hands and our left leg all the way back. So like you're making like an L. So low lunge. Now, again, I encourage props. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. Just grab a bunch of books and then just place it right on top of your bottom of your hands like this. This just helps. It's always great to have props. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautifully done. Okay, we're going to remove our blocks, plant our hands down to the ground, step our right leg back into a nice, strong plank. Beautifully done. We're going to just do 2 breaths here. Make sure we're always breathing. Now, we're going to go into our knees. I don't know, let me see if I can. We're going to do knees, chest, and chin. So I'm going to go this way real quick. Go on our knees, chest, and chin. Like so. I'm going to go back on the mat. I just wanted to show you another that way. Anyways, so knees, chest, and chin beautifully. And slide right through into cobra. Make sure your shoulders are back behind your ears. Beautifully done. Now bring your heels, your hips all the way back and begin to lift them up to the sky. Exhaling into your downward dog. Beautifully done. So now that we did our right knee in our low lunge, now we're gonna bring our left leg and swoop it between both of our hands in front of us, like so. Again, if you need props, please bring them. So I brought my props with me. Have them right between, like my foot is right between the 2 blocks. And now I'm just trying to raise my chest out. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautifully done. Beautiful. Now, as we remove our blocks to the side, we're gonna bring our right foot back on top next to our left foot. We're gonna be in our standing forward fold. So we're gonna exhale all the air. Again, feel free to bend your knees. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Bring your arms all the way back up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale to your sides. Beautifully done. All right. So now this time, we're just going to go with the flow. I hope you can move my yoga mat a little bit. All right. So we're going to start on top of our mat. And I'm just going to cue you. Okay. Is that better? Okay. So we're going to we're going to do the sun salutations, right? We're going to have our hands in prayer over our heart, prayer center. Inhale and exhale. Bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Beautifully. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back into a low lunge. Beautifully done. Inhale. Remove your blocks. Step your left foot back to meet your right into a beautiful plank. Now, as we go down, you feel free to do your yogi push-up, which is a chaturanga. Right now, it currently is not in my practice, so I'm going to be doing knees, chest, and chin. So going on your knees, and then slowly exhaling, bringing your chest and your chin to the ground. And then inhale into cobra. Beautifully done. Now exhale into our downward dog. So now that we did it on our right side, we're going to do it on our left side. Bring our foot all the way up to the sky. Swoop it in between your hands. Now, if it doesn't go automatically between your hands, that's okay. You can just use an open hand, right or left, doesn't matter, and just, maybe your left hand because it's your left foot. Just guide it between your hands. So it's totally okay if it, like I said, doesn't go through. Once it's there in your low lunge, begin to bring your props right next to you, and just inhaling here and exhaling. Ooh, that feels so good. All right, now as we do that, we're gonna remove our props and bring our right foot back right on top next to our left foot. Beautifully done. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky into a salute. Exhale, arms next are onto your sides. Beautifully. All right. Let's do it one more time. Another sun salutation. Ready? And this time I'm just gonna say inhale and exhale. And yeah, just follow along. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautifully done. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Oh man. I feel the energy. Whew. All right. Moving along. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back onto our mat. We did a bit of a flow. Actually, no. Before we go down our mat, we're gonna do a balance pose. One of my favorite balance pose is I think it's called a dancing warrior. Hope I'm saying it correctly. So what you're gonna do is feel free again to use props. I haven't practiced in a while, actually for 2 months, and it's always great to have even like everyday items in your home, or anything that you can find, and just imagine it, right? So this is gonna be my wall. But anyways, so dancer pose. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my right leg. So I'm gonna kick my bottom, like my foot, like my heel onto my butt. And then I'm gonna try to see if I can grab it, which I just did, like so, like this, like the ankle part. Now, I'm holding on to this because I can easily lose my balance. But if it's in your practice and you don't need that support, feel free to just go for it. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm holding on to here, and then I'm going to slowly let go of my chair and begin to extend my left arm out and just start stretching my right leg a little back, kind of like I'm leaning towards the front, like going forward. Um, yeah. Again, if it's not in your practice and you need help, just use the chair. Just bend a little bit, holding back. Now, when you bend, when you go to do dancer's pose, you want to be mindful of not like making sure your leg's not coming out like this. It's like make sure it's like hitting your bottom. Anyways, so we're just gonna stay in this pose for 2 more breaths. Inhale through our nose and out. Beautifully done. Slowly, with a lot of intention, bring your foot next back to your left foot and just shake it off a little bit. Shake it off, shake, 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 shake. So like I said, like I'm gonna use, well, I'm with the other side, I'm not gonna use the chair on the other side. But if you need it, like please come, please come. No, please find something that can help you. Anyways, let's move on. So I'm gonna pick my left leg up. Again, I'm not holding anything over here. And I'm just gonna find my ankle. I did. And then make sure my heel is behind my bottom. And then slowly inhale my arm out. And then exhale going forward like so. So let me show you on the side. So this is the side way. So I'm going to still do it on, I'm going to pick up my left leg. So as I'm picking up my left leg, I'm going to grab the wrist, the ankle, know your body parts, the ankle, have it right here, bring up your right arm all the way out to the sky, and then slowly going forward. So you're like kicking back a little bit. And again, as a reminder, don't try not to go sideways. Just when you kick back, like going that direction, not sideways, straight forward. So like this. Now we're just gonna take a few breaths here. And as a reminder, if you need a different variation to this, if you can achieve this, but your knee is a little wonky, like your right knee, bend it a little bit. It's okay to bend it. Again, every body is different. Every variation of poses are different, but it's still working those areas. So inhaling and exhaling. Beautifully done. Now let's let go and slowly bring our left foot back with our right foot. Anyways, we're just gonna shake it off a little bit. Shake, 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 shake. I'm getting a little thirsty, so feel free to grab some water. It's always good to be hydrated. Always drink water. All right. Now we're going to go back down to the ground. So we're going to inhale our arms all the way up to the sky. Go on our tippy toes, and slowly come down to your mat with a lot of intention. Just slowly come down to your mat. But before sitting, I want to do a yogi squat. I think it's called goddess squat. Let me just, oops. Okay, that works. All right. I'm gonna do a yogi squat. So pretty much what you want to do, sketch the hole. Let's go down slowly. uh, Find your mat and kind of like, instead of having your feet like straight like this, have them like going out like in an angle like so. And then bring your arms out in front of you and then slowly come down. Beautiful. Okay, now that you're in your yogi squat, now again, if this is too much for you, feel free to use a prop. So I'm going to be using the block. And I just, it's super helpful. Super helpful to have. So what you want to do is, yeah, so we're just going to take a few breaths here. We're going to breathe, just take about 5 breaths. If you don't need the block, that's totally great. That's totally fine. If you want to have your hands in prayer, you can. If you want to have them in fists, you can. It gives you that nice little stretch with your hip openers. You're just going to breathe a little bit here, right? I'm going to do 2 more breaths here. Lovely. Awesome. Now we're going to begin to find like your right hand, and we're going to just guide it down, tapping the fingers onto the floor as so, like this. And then we're just going to kind of take a nice little twist, like bring our left arm all the way up. Just do a nice slight twist, so like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Bring our hands back to center. Lovely. Exhale. Our fingers back to the ground. Let me just move this block. You can see fingertips to the ground, or if you can plant your entire hand, go for it. But if you need blocks or books or whatever, please grab them, use them. Yeah, I'm gonna do this instead. See, my right is completely different from my left. Let's go on. And then we're just gonna stretch our right arm all the way up to the sky, embracing your chest to the sky, inhaling and exhaling. Beautifully done. Inhale. Bring our hands back down. Lovely. I know this is not in my practice, not yet at least, but I encourage it. From here, you can move on to a crow pose. I'm not there yet, but I can show you. So what you want to do is have your elbows bent out, and then have your knee go above your elbow, like so, like this, going into a crow pose. But like I said, I'm still not there yet. But if you are, I encourage you to do it. But anyways, let's move on. So, wanted to do the yogi squat. And so let's find a nice seat on our floor. Beautiful. I'm just going to sit crisscross. And just take a moment here. Okay? Just breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Begin to stretch both legs out in front of you. Once your legs are stretched out, make sure your sit bones are really grounded onto the floor. So if that means you have to like move a little bit, like move your little booty. I don't want to say booty, but you know what I mean. Muscles, I guess, aside, and just sit nice and tall on your mat. Beautifully done. We're gonna begin to bring our right leg, our right foot in the middle, as so, like this. And we're going to inhale our arms and exhale our arms. Now, wherever your hands may land, if it's on your ankle or on your foot, that's totally okay. If you need to bend your knee a little bit, please bend your knee. If not, just keep it flat on the ground. And yeah, we're just going to do a few breaths here. Great, beautiful. We're going to slowly bring our left leg over our right knee, like so. So you're kind of, it's like a cross your legs like this. Make sure your knees are above each other, like so, like this. If it's not there yet, that's totally okay. And just keep your feet flex, not pointing, flex, like so. Beautiful. We're going to reach our arms all the way up and twist onto our left, hooking our right elbow over our left knee. You can have your hand out flat like this, or you could do a fist. It's up to you. I think I prefer this way. And then just slowly twist if you can. When you inhale and exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale, twist. Wonderful. They forgot to do it on. Oh wait, no. I haven't done it yet. My mind is like jumping into another pose, and I'm just like, wait, it's not even there yet. Anyways, we're gonna exhale our arms back into center, and then do a counter twist, just like this. Bring both legs out in front of you. Beautiful. Okay, now that we did it on one side, we're gonna go and do it on the other side. So we're gonna grab our foot, our left foot, and find our right thigh, like so. Beautiful. Inhale our arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, wherever your hands may land. Like I said, it is your practice. But what we want to try to really try to do with our poses is always to just make sure your chest is like brought out. Make sure you're not like slouching a little bit like this. So you want to make sure you're out like that. Exactly. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautifully done. All right. Now, what we're going to do, like we did on the other side, we're going to twist our right leg over our left leg, like so. Bring our right hand back behind us to where our bottom is. And just like be mindful of your feet too. Like when you're in this pose, just try to like have your feet not flex. Excuse me, flex, not pointed. So doing my best to keep it flex. So anyways, my right hand comes behind me, and then I start to inhale my twist and exhale, finding my elbow onto my right knee. And we're just going to do a few breaths here. You want to be mindful of your shoulders not going over your ears or slouching. Making sure when you're breathing, when you're inhaling, exhaling to a twist. So if I want to keep twisting to look behind me, I'm just going to make sure to inhale and exhale into my twist, like so. Beautifully done. I'm going to go back to center, and we're going to do a counter twist, like so. Beautifully done. And then just having our legs out, shake, 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 shake. All right. We're gonna move on to the floor. Like we're sitting on the floor now. We're gonna be laying on the floor. I'm just trying to see. I think it's maybe if I turn my body this way. I think I can make it work. Anyways, we're going to be lying on our back, like so. Yeah, okay, I can see myself. Alright. Alright, so we're going to do, now that we're lying on the ground, we're going to do our pigeon poses, but it's going to be our reverse pigeon. I prefer to go this way. Like I could do the other way as well, but just like getting through some knee injuries or any knee issues, this is like the best variation pose to just get into and stretch out your hip openers as well. So anyways, we're gonna pick up our right leg, inhale, our leg up, and then exhale, finding your right heel onto your left knee, like so. Beautifully done. And then we're going to wrap we're gonna use our hands to wrap around our left thigh, like this. Now, as a reminder, you want to keep your feet flexed. Try to do your best to keep them flexed. We're gonna do a few breaths here. Let's do about 5 breaths here. Just notice your breath going in and out while doing this pose. Begin to let go of your left thigh and slowly bring your left foot back onto the ground. And just untangle yourself, bringing your right foot back next to your left foot. Now what we did on one side, we'll be doing on the other side. So we're gonna inhale our leg all the way up to the sky. And exhale, finding your left wrist, left ankle onto your right knee. Keeping my foot flexed, making sure it's flexed, not pointed, flexed. When I do this pose on this side, I like to gently push down over here, like where my left knee is. So I could just feel it right here in my hip opener. Okay, moving on. we're gonna hug in our right thigh, holding it like this. Remember, like going between the hole and then around, like so, making sure both feet are flexed, and just inhaling and exhaling. And again, we're doing a few breaths here. It's a beautiful day to do yoga. I'm excited for today. It's just because I've been working on my videos. I have my goals, my tasks that I need to get done. Oof. All right. Begin to let go of your right thigh and slowly bring your right foot back down to the ground with our left foot meeting right next to our right foot. Beautifully done. So again, we're still laying down and just working on a few twists on our back. So now this time I want us, if you don't have a strap, that's totally okay. Now I'm going to use a strap because it's easier for me. I'm going to wrap my right foot first. Bring my foot back up. Okay. Now that my foot is up to the sky, or my leg, so we want to make sure our left leg is down flat. Beautifully. Again, making sure both feet are flexed. Inhaling and exhaling. And now we're going to inhale and exhale a twist on the opposite of going into your left side. You can switch hands to hold the strap. So you can just feel that nice little twist. Beautiful. So a few breaths here. Exhaling and inhaling our leg back up. Beautiful. And then exhaling, bringing our foot back down to the ground and straightening it out. We're going to start bending our left knee up. Have your strap ready to hook your left foot. Bring our left foot right onto our strap. Stretch it out. Keeping both feet flexed. Not, again, pointed, flex. And what you're going to do is just going to do a few breaths here before we do our twist. So we're just going to inhale and exhale. Now, once we're bringing this foot the opposite side, we're going to do it slowly and with a lot of intention. So we're inhaling and exhaling all the way down to your right side. Beautifully done. Feeling that nice twist on you. Oh, so good. And just doing a few breaths here. Bringing back our left leg up. Letting go of the strap. And meeting your right leg next to your, excuse me, oh my goodness, your left leg next to your right leg. Beautiful. Okay. Have both knees bent. We're going to go into bridge pose. So if you have a prop, feel free to grab one. I'm going to do my bridge this way so you can see how I'm doing it. I'm going to grab my prop, have it right next to me. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to, while we're laying down onto the ground, we want to make sure our heels are touching our bottoms, like so. Beautifully done. So again, we want to just try to use our glutes to lift our hips up. Try not to use our legs. Again, just being mindful of how you're doing it. Feel free to do with props or without props. I'm going to show you with props first, and then I'm going to do it without a prop. So I'm going to inhale, use my hip bones going up, and then just bringing the block right underneath, like where my lower back is, like so. Oh, I feel like you can't see my head because of my bed. So anyways, we're gonna do a few breaths here. So I'm gonna come out of the block because I just wanted to show you a variation of it. But like I said, I'm going to be on my back. I'm gonna make sure my feet, like the heels of my feet, are touching the bottom of my butt. And then I'm going to lift my hips up to the sky. Inhaling. So now that my hips are up, I'm going to make sure to bring both of my arms in, like so, like this. Beautifully done. I'm just going to hold on to this pose for a few breaths. Beautiful. And slowly come out of that pose, back down to the ground. Awesome. I'm going to go back on my mat. Before we go straight to Shavasana, I wanted to give ourselves like a moment of like really relaxation. So we're just gonna do like, we're gonna meditate for a little bit before we do our Shavasana. And I, during this flow, I kept saying like, let's be mindful, being more present, being more aware where, like, when we flow with our poses. So I thought it would be nice to just meditate a little bit together. And I wanted to introduce my Tibetan bowl, but I don't know. I need like the charm, but not the charm. The I don't know what it's called, like the stick to make the sound. I don't know what it's called. There's probably a proper word for it, but instead, I'm just gonna bring out a bell that we're gonna use. Also, bring the Tibetan bowl out too. Grab it. to meditate a little bit during our practice. I'm gonna try it with the bowl first. I don't have like the proper what's it called? Like to make the sound. I really need to look this up. But anyways, I don't know why it was dirty. This was actually I was out with my group of kids. We do outdoor. My school is an outdoor school, so we're outside for like most of the time, which I love. And my co-teacher found this, and I was like, oh my god, like this is so beautiful. Like, who would like forget this? But who knows? Like, she didn't want to keep it because it might give you bad luck or juju or something. I'm not too sure. I was like, I mean, I'll take it because I think it's so beautiful, and two, I like to incorporate this into my flows. I just wanted to share that. But anyways, I don't have, like I said, we found a bowl, but we didn't find that stick. So maybe this might help. I just wanted to do like a bit of a mindful activity and just like listening to the sounds. Feel free to close your eyes if not. You want to keep them open, but just try to like do your best to just let go of everything. Just try to clear your mind. The moment you think of something, see it and just like let it go. Just like whatever it may be. So let's see if this works. Okay. I dig it. Alright, I'm gonna try to do it one more time, but with this time, because I just was just testing it, this time I'm gonna make sure I let go once I make that sound and just listen. Just listen. Be mindful of what's around you. Be aware. Beautiful. Thank you for meditating with me. And now let's go into our Shavasana pose. ready to begin laying down on our mats or carpet. Extend your legs out in front of you. And then just slowly, with every intention, slowly start bringing your back down to the ground, like so. Extend both legs out and your arms out, and let gravity just take you. Begin to close your eyes. If you don't want them closed, it's okay, it's your choice. You can have them slightly open or just open the entire time. Breathing in and out. Begin to already come out of Shavasana, so please begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. If your eyes are closed, you can slowly open them. Raise your arms over your head, giving yourself like that beautiful morning stretch, which everybody needs. Going into a fetal position on whichever side you like, using your arms as a pillow. If you want to stay here for a while, feel free to stay here. In one breath, I ask you to come and join us into an easy seat. I'm going to make sure to switch my legs because I had it the other way. Like so. Just being mindful of those moments when you do a pose, move. Just being very mindful of that. Anyways, we're going to do one last inhale, our arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, our prayer hands through center. Bowing down. Tapping into your third eye. Honoring yourself and thanking yourself for joining me into our practice together, guiding you into our practice together. I send you lots of love and good vibes your way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.